heard the actual title of this bill. America's Affordable Health Choice Act of 2009. That's a mouthful. On Wednesday, there were 400 people gathered here. I learned a lot. Who felt like the Wednesday was worthwhile? If you were there, clap if you thought it was worthwhile. I learned a lot. We had the CEO of the hospital here. We had community health services here. We also had a doctor who works in hospice care. And what I learned is that Yavapai County is pretty amazing. In Prescott, we had a free clinic, which progressed into community health services of Yavapai County. Though that organization services our indigent population, largely through volunteers, with a partnership with the county, we're taking care of people without health insurance in Yavapai County through that agency, as well as through hospital care. If you're sick in Prescott, if you're sick in Cottonwood, if you're sick in Yavapai County, you will receive treatment regardless of financial ability. That's what I learned. So I'd like everybody to give a hand to the Prescott healthcare community. What I did not learn on Wednesday was, what does this bill say? What is the Dollars to Donuts result of passing this bill? Does anybody have any idea? I don't think our legislatures can either. Do you realize that this is 1,017 pages long? How many of you have opened up your computer browser and tried to read the thing? I have too. On Wednesday, we had Representative Sinema here. Barack Obama, our president, handpicked 30-some-odd people to go to town hall meetings to answer questions about this package, what this entails. She said she read it all because she's a nerd and she's a lawyer. Let me tell you, I've skimmed it all, and between the new creations of secretaries of this, committees of that, I can't make heads or tails of it. It is not easy to read. 1,000 pages. It utilizes confusing language. On page 203, it says, the tax imposed under this section shall not be treated as a tax. Does that make sense to anybody? What's it supposed to be treated as? What I figured out about this healthcare bill is it goes beyond traditional healthcare. We're not talking about simply giving everyone health insurance. It reaches into your ability to parent your child. There are provisions in this, and I quoted the pages, so please, if you don't believe me, go in and read it. They would like to come to your house after you have a baby and tell you how to parent that child. That's in the bill. You remember our fiscal responsibility, that tax dollar that you and I pay? They are going to give grants to healthcare professionals that engage in cultural and linguistic competency training. They emphasize communities along the Mexican border. So now we're going to give them grants to be able to be culturally sensitive to people who are more than likely in our country illegally. Does that make sense to anybody? All right, just making sure I'm not, way out there. Does anybody that was there on Wednesday remember this question? Yes. That was my question. I was very dissatisfied with the answer. Okay? The person that came from the administration to answer this question, will the government have real-time access to individuals' bank accounts? My question. And where did I get that question? I got it out of the bill. The person that was sent to answer that question, Representative Sinema, chuckled. Absolutely not, she says. Does anybody remember her answer? Let me show you. On page 58, lines 5 through 13, I did not make up real time. That language is directly in the bill. Enable the real-time or near real-time determination of an individual's financial responsibility at the point of service. How are you going to do that if you can't check your bank account? Anyone know? I don't either. Do I feel there's a little bit of misinformation going on? I don't feel like it's from the bill. I don't feel like it's from you and I feel like it's from the person that was sent here to answer our questions from the people that want to pass this legislation. Misinformation. Since we don't have John McCain, wouldn't come, not so much. We don't have Senator Kyle, no, he wouldn't come either. We don't have Ann Kirkpatrick. The Tea Party has asked certain individuals to come up and help educate us on some of the things that are going on, including health care reform. We would like to, as a Tea Party, educate each one of you and ourselves about legislation, because with 1,000 pages, I'm a little confused. Cap and trade was over 1,300 pages. So if we can have people from our community or from the government who give us an unbiased, this is what the legislation is, I think we're all going to benefit from it. So today, we're going to talk about healthcare reform, and let me tell you, we have a pretty neat fella here. This fellow was elected to office in 2006, did such a good job there, impressed all the people in the legislature that they nominated him majority whip. He supports small business. He is a small business owner and has been involved in small businesses. This community lives in Paulden. Will you please put your hands together for Representative Andy Tober? We're also going to talk about cap and trade. Now, I asked my sister, do you know what cap and trade is? Yeah. She chuckled. She said, no, it has to do with hats, has to do with barter. I said, no, you really need to know. So, today, we have the infamous radio personality, the infamous professor, and one of my favorite right-wing conservatives to listen to speak, Dr. Terry Lovell. Lastly, we're going to talk about the move towards globalism and what that means for us as a country. We have a pastor. He has a master's degree in aerospace engineering. Yeah, this guy's very smart. He also has a master's in business. I would like you to put your hands together for Hank Giesecke. Please come on up. All right, so here we go again. No Senator McCain. Well, we have Andy Tobin. Yeah, no Senator Kyle. We have Dr. Terry Lovell. No Representative Kirkpatrick. But we have Hank Giesecke. So I'd like you guys to get comfortable.